We're on the Sedona View Trail right now, headed to a airport vortex. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see that airport vortex because we had to rush back into downtown Sedona to get on a pink Jeep tour of the very mountains that we're looking at right now. In this video, I was able to zoom in on this view of the Sedona Hills right here, and you can see this vast and amazing panorama. I'll slow it down a little bit so you can see it here. But from here, we turned around on the trail and made our way right back to the Jeeps. Now, these pink Jeeps are something special. They're amazing. They go over the slick rock in Sedona, and you can hear the tires squealing. Let me turn this up for you for 1 second. Don't be afraid. So you can hear the nervous laughter and the squealing of tires and the roaring of the engine of these pink Jeeps, which have been in service, not each individual Jeep, but they've been in service, this company, for 60 years, going out on these trails in Sedona and actually rock crawling and going down these steep drop-offs. It's just amazing. That's fantastic.
Get out and take
This is where they take the picture.
Absolutely.
No, this is where I get out and get this nickel on the ground.
Maybe quarter, but come on.
That's crazy.
Poor guys will stop for anything. That's a good sound, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes, we like brakes. Yeah, brakes are good.
We like that.
And there in the background, you can hear the guide of the Pink Jeeps tour telling us about the different techniques people use to go over these staircases and these steep, slick rock areas, and really what goes into piloting one of these vehicles so that everyone remains safe. We're all buckled in. I think there were 7 of us in the Jeep, 1 person in the passenger seat facing forward, and then bench seats along the side where 2 of us sat. Gretchen and I were on one side, and another couple was on the other side, and then there are 2 seats in the back on a bench facing forward as well. And I'm speeding this clip up just so you can get a feel for pieces of how steep the rocks are. And I flipped the camera around a couple times so you can look behind us and see how steep the rocks are as we come off of some of these just monstrous volcanic rock formations. It's I believe sandstone out there, and the tires just grip it. And the guide was telling us that the tires grip even better when there's been a rain because all the sand and the dust has been washed off of the rocks. So the tires can just grab the rock and tip at like 45-degree angles and go up and down these things. So it was an amazing trip out to Arizona to do this. The other thing we did while we were in Phoenix, just outside Phoenix, was a hot air balloon trip. And here's that footage. We're out here somewhere in, what town are we in?
Cave Creek.
We're in Cave Creek, Arizona, just outside Phoenix. And right now the sun on me is nice, so I should be really in focus. But if you turn around, we're waiting for the sun to rise before we go on our hot air balloon ride. That's what it looks like with the sun coming up. We came down here in these vans, and these are the baskets on the back of these trailers, and if the wind is right, we'll fill it up and go into the sky. I don't know if you can see it on film, but that tiny thing right there in the middle of the screen is a balloon, and they let these balloons go to figure out if the wind is too strong for us to fly or if it's okay. And the reason we're waiting until sunup is because they say the winds die down a little bit when the sun comes up. But all these people are waiting. And now the sun has just peaked over that mountain. It's crazy. Don't look directly into the sun. It does hurt. Just walking around a desert parking lot. Haven't seen any tarantulas or scorpions.
Shotgun shells.
Shotgun shells. Nice.
One right here.
Oh, there we go. Nice little shotgun shell. While we were waiting, I created this sped up, really sped up montage of the whole crew, the pilots, the balloon pilots, setting up the balloons, laying stuff out, and testing the wind. And as it turned out, sadly, we did not go for our balloon ride. And in this next clip coming up, I talk about why we didn't and show you the bottom of one of these baskets. It's really cool. We're still here waiting to see if the winds will die down so we can get the balloon in the air. This is the bottom of the balloon basket. Try not to get my shadow in the way. But you can see the skids that they use when they land. We got a couple balloons over here being inflated. I'll hold that up. But I think they've stopped the engines, stopped the fans, these big fans that they use. I think they've stopped those on the other balloons over there. Just because if the wind stays as strong as it's going to stay, we don't want to be up in the air. And the test balloons they sent up went up for about 30 feet and then took a sharp left turn and took off into the sky. It's beautiful out here, but I'd rather not be in a runaway balloon that goes whatever way this wind is blowing south. So I guess the wind would blow us to Mexico. And it's a long way back. You have to go all the way down there. I also wanted to make sure that I didn't forget to mention Kimberly Lawson, who pointed us to rainbowriders.com, which was the balloon company based in Cave Creek that took us out on this amazing, amazing excursion. And speaking of recommendations, I cannot recommend highly enough an excursion of your own out to Phoenix and Cave Creek and Sedona. It was just amazing. And my photos don't do it justice. That's why I am only sharing a couple of those here. To follow along and see new episodes of With Jeff, please subscribe. Click the bell icon to ensure that you're alerted next time one is uploaded. And click the thumbs up to show that you like this show. Thanks again for watching, and leave your comments down below. I will respond to each and every one. Talk to you in the next episode.
Another day in the city, and 1 month from the phone. Another week on those side streets, another hour alone. I was affected when